just talk about the resiliency of this team, especially what they did in that fourth quarter.
It's hard to put it into words because they've been doing it all year. This team, like I keep saying to you guys, has been through so much on the field, off the field. But when you look up the word family in the dictionary, you're going to see the 2023 Beaver Falls Tigers. These kids love each other. These kids fight for each other. They pick each other up when one guy makes a mistake, next guy makes a play. They've been doing it all year long. That's how you win championships, and that's why they won today.
Deshaun Anderson, you had an unbelievable game. You had clutch moment after clutch moment, and with an interception. Just talk about the game you played.
It felt good being able to do what I had to do for my teammates and being able to support them and help us win this championship today. It's not about like what I did. The final goal was getting that championship, and that's what we did.
Italian, you went from the fumble to scoring the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. That's a huge swing of emotions. What did you see on that touchdown, and how do you handle that swing?
Oh yeah, I mean, my teammate, wait, is it on? My teammate said after I fumbled, they told me it wasn't over. Keep fighting. We've been through this before, so they picked me up. I came out and did what they needed me to do, and I scored a goal for us.
Coach, how close was that decision, extra point or 2-point conversion?
I had the kicking team on the field. I got to give a little credit to Donovan Jeter for getting in my face and saying we're going for 2. And I said, you're 100% right. And we threw the offense back out there because they got us down the field. They've been moving the ball. Shouldn't even been in consideration the way the offense was playing. So I'm glad he was right there. Sometimes things happen for a reason. Made the call, and cows got in. Everybody blocked their butts off, and we won the game.
Nick, have you guys been going for 2 most of the year on conversions, or do you kick the PATs?
No, we go for 2. But it's just you're in that situation. I mean, we have a kicker. We use the kicker. It's tied. What can you lose? But we didn't want to take a chance. We don't do it enough in games. It wouldn't have been fair to me to put that pressure on that kid to kick that ball.
On the other side, you block both of their PAT attempts. I mean, how huge are plays like that? How often do you work on plays like that that turn out to be a difference?
Well, like I said, throughout this season, we've learned a lot of things. And one thing we learned is how special teams are, because we lost 3 games early in the season, 2 special teams. So as the season pressed on, we did what we needed to do to make sure these kids understood how important that was. And we had that in all week. We had that block in, and the way those guys came off that edge, that's just that no quit. All right, teams could be down. You see some teams after a team scores just kind of stand there because it's, you know what I mean? These kids made those 2 plays, won us the game.
Coach, you guys limited Donald Barksdale, who's had a heck of a year. What was the game plan with that, and how do you think you executed?
We just executed what we've been executing all year. I mean, our defense has been lights out against the run. Our defensive line plays nasty. Our linebackers tackle, they read. We're a very disciplined defense, and that's what's been winning us games, is the way our defense has been playing. So we didn't change anything. We just stuck with our game plan and let these kids play football, and that's exactly what they did.
And talk about that drive. You had 2 fourth down conversions on that drive that tied it at 6. Just talk about that drive.
Yeah, I mean, hats off to Caden Brickner. I mean, the kid was our 3rd string quarterback starting the season. He never quit. He never got upset. He did what he needed to do, and he gave our wideouts a chance, and our kids freaking made plays. All of them. They all made plays today.
And Italian, talk to me about that tied it up at 12, and then you score the 2-point conversion. Just what's going through your head after that?
I mean, I knew once I scored, when I scored, I knew I had to get the 2 for the team. My coach, he's been relying on me a lot. I appreciate it. So he gave me the ball, he put the game in my hands, and I got us the win.
So, Coach, we were here last year. What's the biggest difference with this team that we were able to get the job done?
Oh, resiliency. You guys brought it up earlier. I mean, we had a great, tremendous, talented team last year, and they were great kids, but in certain situations when things would go wrong, a fumble, 70 yards for a touchdown, I think a lot of our kids would have their heads down. These kids never put their heads down. They just picked their heads up, they got right back on the field, and they knew if we went down, we could still win the game. And they did.
In coming into the day, I don't know if you were aware of this stat, but double-digit seeds playing in the championship game in Acrisure since 2001, 4-0, now 5-0. I mean, what is it about that magic number?
I think it's when you get a team playing the right kind of football at the right time of the season, rankings don't matter. And yes, we had our lumps along the way, but this team started gelling and becoming a true team right when that first round of playoffs started. And when these guys, we've been telling them all year, when they figure it out, there ain't nobody that can beat them. And they pulled it together. Rankings were never a consideration for us.
Coach, with 3 playoff wins by a combined 5 points, was anybody ever nervous, or did you figure?
If they were, I didn't know. Like I said, these kids are battle tested. They've been through so much. They lost 3 games by 6 points the first 3 games of the season, or 4 games of the season. They've been through that tight game. That kind of stuff matters. These kids in those games, even the ones we lost, never quit. They kept fighting. And that battle testedness that they went through, well, helped them persevere and win this one today.
Italian and Damien, I gotta ask, what are the shades you guys are rocking? I like them.
Yeah, it's the championship shades.
I call them winter shades.
Coach, we've asked Italian about his performance, but what do you have to say about his ability to kind of overcome that fumble to win the game for you guys?
Well, it's like Tal said when he answered the question. I mean, it's easy for somebody to get down when they have a big moment like that go against them. But when he had Samari and Bricks and Pops and all these guys and all the rest of the guys saying, it don't matter, we're going to still go down and score and win this football game, and picking their teammate up, that gives a guy confidence. So it's a team thing that built his confidence to help us win.
I think you guys have been here 4 years in a row. It's been 3 years since you won it. You had a really dominant team a couple years back with Josh Huff and everything. This time around, to do it with a 5-loss team coming in as a huge underdog, how does this feel compared to a couple years back when you won?
It's special. I mean, when you have a group that's expected to win, I mean, you obviously are excited to win a championship, but when you have a team, like I said, overcome week after week after week, face adversity, overcome it, and come out on top, special. It's special.
A common theme in the last few championship games you guys played in was the turnovers really hurt you. What stopped you from allowing that to get in your head and bother you this time around?
I mean, like you said, it's the experience. You know, and we've learned the last 3 weeks. I mean, we turned the ball over 10 times, I think, in the last 2 games, and we still won. These kids know that turnovers don't mean anything if you continue to fight and overcome them. And again, they did it. They don't make it easy on us. I'd rather win by 50, but I'll take a 2-point win over anything for a championship.
Talk about your defensive effort in this game. Your defense was pretty impressive.
They're special. They've been doing it all year. I mean, look at the stat lines. We have not given up many rushing yards to anybody. Some of the best teams rushing the ball, some of the best running backs rushing the ball in the whole WPIAL. And we have shut it down because of the way these guys lock in, the way these guys prepare during the week, and obviously the way they execute and play on Fridays.
You've been to the WPIAL Championship over the past several years, but especially after the game last year against Steel Valley, how special is it to be able to come back and face that team that you fell to last year and be able to get the win today?
Just winning is all that matters. We weren't focused on the past. We were focused on today. And like I said, the week of preparation, we knew these guys were ready. We knew they were hungry. We knew they were going to come out and win as long as we didn't beat ourselves. And that's what they did.
Same question, but to you guys, what was it like, getting the revenge from last year? You were nodding along to the question.
It was personal. To me, it was personal, at least. I wanted the revenge on them.
So what was it like to get the win today?
Felt great. It felt amazing being able to win against them, because we should have won against them last year. It felt good getting it back this year.
Guys up on stage, what's like a moment from the game that's just replaying in your head right now?
The whole thing.
Hey, Sean Anderson, that's all I gotta say. The fumble.
Hey Sean, that touchdown 4th and goal on the fade route, how were you able to get so much separation off the line? It seemed like you had a lot of room to work with, even though you really had to work to get that foot down, but it seemed like you had a really nice release there.
Can I interrupt real quick? He called that play.
Okay.
I just seen their corner was off, and I seen it was 4th down, so I said, there's no other, this is the best shot, the best chance to throw up a 50-50 ball on 4th down in the red zone. So I just said, Coach, let me do it, and he had trust in me, and my quarterback also had faith in me. He threw it up there to only I could grab it, And then I knew when I was in the air, the next thing I had to do was get the foot down. And then that's what I was focused on doing when I caught the ball.
Coach, can you talk about the guys up front defensively and, offensively? We had a team like Steel Valley, those units gotta be clean.
Oh yeah, I mean they gave us fits early in the game. We struggled running the ball. Defensively, I thought we handled them pretty well, but offensively we were struggling. But I give credit to the offensive line coaches to make some adjustments at halftime in the way these guys executed in the second half. I mean, you saw the difference in the way we were able to run the ball in the second half. It was special. We challenged them at halftime. We told them they were the reason we were here, and they were going to be the reason we won. And the way they blocked in that second half was the reason we won.
I know you got some celebrating to do, but any plans on, watching closely this Westinghouse Farrell game tonight to see who you face in the Western Final?
We'll figure out tomorrow morning. Yeah.
I'm watching.
Is it televised? I don't even know.
There's a Facebook stream.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we will. I can't lie.
I'll be on Facebook Live tonight.
Good guys. Thank you very much.